Hi everyone, James here from YQR with an update on what's happening here at the airport in the month of November. Well, we've got some changes to our processes. On November 6th, the Saskatchewan Health Authority has now asked for all public facilities to ensure that people using those facilities are wearing a mask or face covering. Here at the airport, our rules have now changed. For at least the 28 days where the Sask Health Authority has issued this medical guidance, we are asking all customers and now requiring them to wear masks while inside the terminal building. Please remember, this is for all parts of the terminal, even including when you're picking up a friend or relative here at our baggage carousel area. There are, of course, some exclusions for young children under the age of 2, and if you have a medical reason, but you can read more about this on the Sask Health Authority website, which we will link in the video below. In addition to mandatory masks, we're still reminding people to social distance. This is a strong recommendation from the Health Authority, and with the airport still being fairly quiet, you've got lots of room to spread out. If you don't want to wear a mask, we just ask, please stay in our parking lot, wait for your guests to come out and pick them up at the front curb. We do have a free cell phone parking lot that's right off Regina Avenue. You're more than welcome to use that to wait for your guest, or you can park at our short-term lot at a very reasonable fee. So right now in industry, there's been lots of talk in the news about rapid testing or testing for COVID at airports. Now, as an airport CEO, I am thrilled to finally see this starting to happen in Canada. And most recently, there's a pilot project going on at the Calgary Airport, along with WestJet, the federal government, and their provincial health authority. We sure hope this comes to Saskatchewan in the future, and I can assure you we are reaching out and working with our partners at the province to start having these conversations. But right now, we don't have any international flights anyway. So at this time, even if we had that opportunity to have testing here at the airport, it wouldn't be utilized the same way that Calgary is doing. But let me tell you a bit about it. So the idea is when you come back into the country, rather than having to face a mandatory 14-day quarantine, they'll actually do a COVID test right at the airport. After a couple of days of waiting at home, quarantining for that test result, if the test is negative, you're actually able to go back out into society. They ask, of course, that you wear a mask, take all the necessary precautions, and you're subjected to a second test in about a week. Now, if that second test comes back negative for COVID, you're then able to get on with your life as usual, hopefully go back to work, or do whatever it is you do on a day-to-day basis with no additional restrictions beyond the regular health guidance that you're provided by your province. This will be great for travel. Right now, with a 14-day mandatory quarantine, many of us can't possibly take off the time we need to even go visit somewhere in the US or abroad, maybe like Mexico or some of those lovely sun destinations that we're all going to be missing in a couple of months when that snow and cold hits here in the Queen City. Now, speaking of sun destinations, we are actively talking with the airline partners like Sunwing and WestJet to see about their future plans here for YQR and if there'll be any nonstop service to Mexico or other beautiful spots. So at this stage right now, they're not prepared to announce or tell us if they're able to operate those flights. That 14-day mandatory quarantine has been pretty much reducing that demand to almost zero. But if you do want to travel to a sunspot, you still can. You just need to connect through a major airport like Calgary or Toronto or Vancouver, and you can certainly get down to pretty much anywhere you want. But please remember right now, when you do get back, you're still going to be subject to that 14-day quarantine. But we are hoping we can see that improve in the future as the government starts relaxing some of these rules or allows for testing to be done here in Saskatchewan in a similar form. Now, when you come to the terminal building, you're still going to see a lot of the merchants are closed most days. But some great news, our restaurant service, which typically has been Tim Hortons beyond the security checkpoint, we now have another entrant that's reopening. It's our Skyway Grill. It's a fantastic quick-serve restaurant that serves things like burgers and fish and chips. It's got beer, local craft brews, and I'm going to really encourage you during the lunch hour when they're open, they're just doing a new trial service, to please consider coming hungry. Please support your airport. Please support that business. Not only do we need the revenue, but it's also an awesome way to support local. These are the people who live in our city, the people who contribute to the airport, and I will ask for your support when you come to patronize those services. Now, pre-security, when you do pick up a guest, from time to time, we do have the RA News still available to serve you Tim Hortons coffee or pick up some quick goods, pack of gum, a newspaper, that sort of thing. As the airport gets busier, we hope to see more merchants open. But right now, looking into the winter for at least the next couple of months, flights have pretty much stagnated. We still have service into major Canadian cities like Calgary, Toronto, and Vancouver, but we've seen nothing new added to that roster as of yet. But we continue to have those conversations with the airlines, but the biggest hindrance really is the demand. Just not as many people traveling right now, and we'll have to look ahead into Christmas and see how those bookings go. If you have questions about the airport, whether it's about new procedures like our mandatory mask policy as per the Saskatchewan Health Authority, or you want to know about upcoming programs or plans, or you just have a question about what to expect when you come, you can use our Facebook or Twitter feed, or just send us an email through our website at yqr.ca, click on our Contact Us section, and we'll be sure to respond as promptly as possible. We are open during business hours for phone calls, Monday through Friday, but the website's a great way to ask your question whenever you like, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Our website is being regularly updated for COVID-19 precautions and what you can expect here at the airport, and I would encourage you, whether you're traveling, picking up a passenger, or just want to see what the latest information is, please come to yqr.ca. It's all there, right on our front page. You hit the COVID link, and there's lots of great information. I appreciate very much the support this community is showing for our airport. I'd ask you to consider, when you are ready to travel, to please choose YQR as your gateway to the world. Thanks, have a great November, and we'll look forward to talking to you next month.